How long have you been here for today?
I've only been here about an hour and a half, but I've been doing it since 7:30 this morning. So someone's going to get a slap in a minute.
That's too much. Ricky, my name's Moses.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, good to meet you. So the documentary's coming out on Sky, right? Watching it from the beginning, I remember you saying that, you know, you were a good footballer. Obviously, as a big City fan, if you could play any position in the Man City team, where do you think you would play, and what would your role be for Pep?
Up front, if Ireland was at the side of me, to be honest. But no, I wasn't bad at football, to be honest. I played for my county, Tameside Boys, and I was at the Man City School of Excellence when I was 13 and 14. I was aggressive as a footballer, to be honest, just like I was as a boxer.
Your friend said that they would have to be on the same team as you in order not to get their ankles kicked.
It was like a Roy Keane, so I'd boot the shit out of him. You know?
One thing that blew my mind was during your off seasons, when you used to drink a lot and be out, and then when you go back to training, what was the secret behind you getting into shape so quickly and like fight ready?
I think it was willpower, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, I never struggled at making the weight. It was just that the thing was that the size of the weight I come down from.
Yeah.
And so what I did, where normally people would do an 8-week training camp, you know, so they could, you know, get fit. You know, I had to do like 12 and 13 weeks because I had to compensate, you know, for the weight. But because I gave myself 12 and 13 weeks, you know, I was able to do it right. What the problem was, looking back for me, the damage it was doing to my body internally, the damage it was doing to me without me realise, you know, you can't go on like that forever. And I think once I got to a certain stage in my career, I thought my body's sort of like saying to me now, I told you this couldn't last forever, you've done me in.
If you could go back in time, would you change that? Or would you continue?
I don't think I would, to be honest with you. I'm a professional boxing trainer now, and my son Campbell's gone professional. Campbell's 13 unbeaten, and I think if any of the lads came in the gym and did what I did, I think they'd get a slap, you know what I mean? They'd be told to go through the door. To answer the question, would I change anything? I don't think I would change anything, because that's why
You know, it's part of you, right?
Yeah, I had the fan base I had, you know, people like me because I was a little Manchester scallywag, I was a chat the lad. Look at Ricky Hatton there, he's a rubbin', look at him, we'll go and watch him. And I don't think I'd had my fan base like I had if I hadn't been the little scallywag I was, you know.
I mean, speaking about your fan base, before the Mayweather fight, at the weigh-in there was about 10,000 Brits, I think it's in the documentary.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Coming to watch a weigh-in kind of thing, which is obviously a testament to yourself. Like, how important do you think like the British fandom was for your career?
Oh, you know, it was brilliant. You know, the reason why, you know, we got invited to America in the first place, we want to beat Costa-Zoo, so then people were like saying, who's this Mancunian, who's this Brit that's beat Costa-Zoo, made him quit his stool, isn't he? Let's get him over here. And they took me over to Boston, you know, and I boxed Louis Collazo for the World Welterweight title, and we took about 8,000 fans over. And I think they thought, 8,000 fans, you know, I don't think they anticipated what was, you know. And then we went to Vegas and there was 8,000 fans went over, then 12,000 fans for Castillo, then 40,000 fans for Mayweather, 25,000 fans for Malignaggi, 25,000 fans for Pacquiao. And those are numbers, you know, from a Brit to go to the United States and Vegas, unheard of, and they'll probably never be seen again.
Probably not.
And it's probably my proudest ever achievement. You know what I mean?
Were you ever nervous, like, in front of them? Like, feel like, okay, you did say...
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, you know, sometimes that come on, because you wanted to do them proud and everything, and I felt like I'd let them down when I got beat by Mayweather. And it doesn't matter how many people turn around and say, well, it's Floyd Mayweather, what are you worried about?
Yeah, of course not,
But, you know, no, I went over there thinking I was going to beat him, but I think the fact that I fought Floyd in Vegas and the referee was from Vegas, and I think the referee refereed that fight with me and Floyd, I don't think it was... I don't think he had his best night. Let's just put it. Let's just put it that way. And I think there was a little bit. I think that's when I think the referee and the judges thought, "Who's this Mancunian coming to our hometown, taking over our hometown?" Because I mean, if I'd have been a referee, a Mancunian referee, and 40,000 Americans had come to Manchester, you know, screaming and shouting, and you know, I think I might have done the same. so I'm moaning about it, but you know, I get it.
Okay. If you could build your perfect boxer, picking fighters for each of these attributes, it could be any weight class. Who would you pick for punching power?
Well, there's been a few big punchers over the years. You know, Deontay Wilder, you know, was one of the latest ones. Not that great technically, but horrendous puncher. George Foreman was a massive puncher. There was a fight called, I don't even remember, Ernie Shavers. He fought Larry Holmes.
I'm too young for that.
He was a massive puncher. Yeah, well, you know, one of them 2, 3, horrendous.
What about speed? Who would you pick?
Speed, I think it won't go better than Floyd Mayweather, was it? I mean, Floyd Mayweather's best attribute was his defence, but his speed was absolutely rapid, wasn't he?
Yeah. Technique?
Technique, I would probably say Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran was my favourite of all time, to be honest, and he was a very, very aggressive fighter, but he could box. He was great defensively. He could slip and slide and just pick shots out of the air and block them. It was brilliant. And then when he'd go on the attack, he could body punch, he could rough them up, he could fight in close, he could fight at distance. His technique was flawless, yeah.
And what about lastly, the chin?
Chin?
I mean, there was that Tyson Fury when he fought against
Tyson Fury.
when he got back up at the...
Tyson Fury's not bad. I mean, Tyson's been on his ass a few times, but he's always got up. I mean, and that one against Deontay Wilder, when the right hand came and then the left hook went, and we thought, never mind, as he knocked him out, he's killed him here. and he got up. And he not only just got up in the same round, come and give it right back to Deontay Wilder. And you asked me in the first question who was the biggest puncher, and I said Deontay Wilder, didn't you?
Yeah.
And look what Tyson Fury did against him. So let's give it Tyson. Fair play to him, man.
We've seen the emergence of influencer boxing right now with like KSI and Jake Paul and all those people. What do you think about it?
I think you've got to move with the times in the entertainment business. You know, I mean, boxing doesn't help itself when Tyson Fury's not fighting Joshua and Tyson Fury's not fighting Usyk. And at the end of the day, you know, you're in the entertainment business. You know, and you're all here to make money. I mean, fair play to them. You know, if you can earn your money, you can do that. You know, both can exist. If the main fights are being made. We've been talking about Tyson Fury and Joshua for about 7-8 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I think, and it's the only reason why I think the influencers and KSI and the Jake Paul are getting a little bit of stick is because boxing fights aren't getting made. You know what I mean? If the main fights in boxing were getting made, I don't think boxing would be too bothered about these things. But because they're stealing the show now, and that's the top and bottom of it. So I think it's, I don't think it's their fault. I think it's boxing's fault. Get your shit together. Yeah.
That makes sense. Ricky, thank you so much, man. I
Pleasure.
really appreciate it. Stay blessed.
All the best.